mining job hunt that you don't need a trade or a degree for. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and in today's video we're going to do a job hunt using the keywords underground, offsider and process worker to have a look at some of the jobs in mining that you don't need a trade or a degree to jump straight into. So to start with, let's type underground into Seek and you'll see all the jobs come up. Now with this one you are looking for entry level, which will be nipper, truck and offsider. So you can have a look at the nipper here, truck drivers. There's all over Australia. Pretty much everybody in the hard rock underground space is having to put new starters on as nippers and truck drivers and offsiders just because there's no experienced people around. It's completely different than the surface at the moment. That's got an oversupply of experienced truck drivers because of all the automation that's going on. But in the underground space, as you can see, we've just flashed through a couple of jobs there. Yeah, they're looking for people. They need people. They need lots of people. So it's just a matter of being able to give them what they want. You can use the sponsor's Intro to Underground Mining DIY package to do that. It's got all the info in there that the employers want you to know. It allows you to apply directly to them from a position of knowing how their mine works. That actually gives you something to offer them when you can turn up and do the interview and actually talk to them about what the nipper's going to have to do or what you're going to have to do as a truck driver. That really blows the wind up the foreman's and the project manager's skirt. So next, let's have a look at offsider. If you type offsider in, there's lots about. It's all entry level. They go through lots of offsiders. It's one of those things that it's either for you or it isn't. If you don't mind camping, then surface offsiding is probably the way to go. If you're not big on the camping, then the underground offsiding is probably the best way to go. As all the underground jobs come, you go to a camp and yeah, it's a bit more civilized than having to do the offsiding out in the bush, where you as the offsider are often responsible for cooking dinner after a day's work as well. So they have a lot of turnover with that, but as you can see, there's offsiders jobs all over the country and you just need to trawl through them and apply. Lastly, we'll have a look at the process operator. So these are the mills around the country and you can apply directly for these as well. They take green people on all the time and they're doing it at the moment because they're having to. So process plant operator, like this is a good example. This will ask for experience, but they probably won't be able to get anybody with experience, so they'll have to take somebody green on, so it's worth applying for. And you can look through all these jobs. Now, process operator, you know, in the mill, you're not going to make the huge money that they make underground, but you'll still make good money. And so it's all about swings and roundabouts as far as that goes. I know a lot of people that have had really good long-term careers and made a lot of money on the mill. It's just a matter of knowing, you know, which area of the industry that you want to jump into. But understand that if you jump into the mill, then it's not easy to transfer into a production mining job underground. So once you sort of choose which direction that you want to go into, unfortunately, that's the direction that you're pretty much stuck with. You know, rarely, you know, people do make the move. I know a couple of people that have made the jump, but it's, you know, it's rare as hen's teeth, unfortunately. So just be aware that when you decide which area of the industry you want to jump into, that's probably the area of the industry that you're going to stay in. I know a lot of people try and jump in as utility workers, then try and move to a production mining job, and there's a whole heap of stuff that stops people from doing that. About the only place that I think it's ever been really successful is coal in Queensland. In all the hard rock mines around the country, it's really hard to do something like that because of the poaching rules, which I've talked about in other videos. So I hope you found that information interesting, and if you've got any more questions that you'd like answered about how to get into the mining industry, please send them through. And yeah, just keep applying. Apply. That's the way to get a job.